Hey everybody, Kennis here. Hope you're doing well. Listen, I've got a tip for you. 3 tips to getting gear cheap on Craigslist. For those of you that know me, you know that I buy a lot of stuff on Craigslist, a lot of gear on Craigslist, to my wife's chagrin. I'm always looking at Craigslist, seeing what's available, all that kind of thing. And over the years, after I don't know how many products I've bought on Craigslist or not, but it's at least 50, if not over 100. I've kind of come up with a system, and I wanted to share it with you. Not really a system, but it's 3 tips to getting gear cheap on Craigslist. Tip number 1 is to find a baseline price. What do I mean by baseline price? That is like what things are kind of selling for, so you kind of know what ballpark you're in the first place. And the general rule is basically the price of new is the used price on Craigslist should sell for about 40 to 60% of what a new product is. You know, depending on condition. This also kind of depends on how old the product is and how like new it comes out. You know, so if it's like the newest and latest guitar processor that everybody's been waiting for, you're probably not going to find it for 60% of retail on Craigslist the week after it comes off the shelves. But if it's 10 years later, yeah, that's what you're going to basically be paying, is about 40%. So that's the first thing, is find it through the new price. But then also the best resource is eBay. eBay is, that's something is worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. So if it's on eBay, say you have a guitar pedal and it sells for $50 on eBay, that gives you a pretty good baseline, not what someone's asking, but look at the completed listings and see what things actually sold for. Now here's the thing with eBay, is it's not a direct comparison to Craigslist. So if you think, oh well, eBay, this product sold for $50 on eBay, that's what you should expect to pay for it on Craigslist. It's not the case. Couple things. eBay, you got to pay for shipping. Okay, so make sure that you're factoring that into the price. So if it's $50 plus $10 shipping, or is it $50 with free shipping? Also, eBay charges for it. So people basically pay about a 10% fee for eBay. I know that just kind of depends on your product, but generally speaking, it's about 10%. So that $50, that person is only going to get $45 for it. Plus, he had to go through all the effort of listing it on eBay and dealing with all of that. So Craigslist basically is a little bit more convenient than eBay. So that's where I kind of come up with that. The eBay price ends up being about 75% to 85% of what eBay. Okay, so in other words, if I'm selling something for $100 on eBay, something is selling for $100 on eBay, I will pay 75 to 80, 85, somewhere in that range for that. Hopefully that makes sense. Number 2, so the first thing is find the baseline price. That's the most important thing. That's where it gives you the place to start from. The second thing is wait for a deal. And sometimes if you're just I gotta buy an amp this week, yeah, you're kind of at the mercy of Craigslist. But if you're like, hey, I'm looking out for a new guitar, or I'm looking to buy fill in the blank, then you can wait for that good deal. Good example of that for me was I bought a Fender Blues Junior. I'd wanted one for a while, so just kind of, anytime it pop up on Craigslist, I'd look at it, and I saw one. Usually they were going for about $350, and I saw one that somebody had posted for $250, and I ended up buying it, and because it was a really good deal. Which leads me to the third thing, which is always ask for a lower price. Now, some of you may think, oh, that's just kind of a tool thing to do. It's really not. People, generally speaking, when they post something on Craigslist, they understand that it is an asking price. It is an or best offer. So like with that Blues Junior, even though $250 was a great price, I asked him a very important question in the negotiation process, and I'll get to how to negotiate in a second, but I asked him if he would take $200 for it, and he said, yes, I don't really want to, but I'll take $200 for it. So, we did it. I bought a Fender Blues Junior for $200. It was a great deal. I ended up giving it to somebody. Anyway, so always asking for the lower price, and here is the way that you do that. There's two phrases that really that make this not sound like you're just some kind of sleazebag. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but the first is to say, would you be willing to take fill in the blank? So if you already have a price that you're willing to pay, then that's what I did with the Blues Junior. Is I said, would you be willing to take $200 for it? And you're not asking him, hey, can you lower it to this? I'm only giving you $200 for that thing. You're not doing that. You're asking a question. Would you be willing to take $200 for it? And the second question that you can ask is, what's the lowest that you can go on this product? So you're not trying to like bend them over backwards. You're just asking the question. Another way you can phrase that is this your bottom price? And a lot of times guys will say that's a great starter for somebody, because if they're, if $250 for the Blues Junior, if I said, is this your bottom price on this? They'll say, yes, this is my bottom price. I'm not going to go any lower than that. And then not to ask. Now, a couple things on this. If you've already said, yeah, I want to buy it, let's meet, at whatever place, and we meet, and then you try to negotiate, that's where you kind of look like a tool a little bit. Try to do the negotiation over the phone, through text messaging, whatever it might be, ahead of time. That way you're not like trying to do a bait and switch. You're not trying to say, yeah, hey, I know we said I'd buy this for $250, but I only want to spend $200 on this. That's kind of a tool thing to do. And that's actually happened to me before, where we've agreed on a price and people have shown up with less money and said, well, I went to the bank and all I could get out was this amount, so either you take it or leave it. So anyway, don't do that. Do all the negotiation ahead of time. But hopefully that'll help you on your Craigslist deals. I probably have more tips, but these are 3 that I put together kind of on the fly, but I use them every single time I'm buying something on Craigslist. So anyway, Kennis Russell out. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please like it, comment, share me your story that you may have about your awesome Craigslist deal or a time you may have gotten ripped off. Anyway, Kennis Russell out. I'll see you in another video.